All right, guys. So what I went ahead and did is just plotted those points from our prime figure over here. So I plotted all those coordinates that we just figured out under the rotation of 270 degrees counterclockwise, and it's rotating from the black figure to the yellow figure. Okay. All right. So it's moving. And if you guys haven't noticed, any 270 counterclockwise is moving 3 quadrants. For 180, if we're going to rotate something 180 degrees, basically it's going to go like directly across. That would be 180 degrees. And then if it's rotating 90 degrees, those coordinates are just rotating to the next quadrant, all right, 90 degrees. So just an observation when you're plotting these, make sure you get the right answer. So the next thing that I want to do is I just want to go through some, and on your practice problems that you guys are going to be working through, all you have to do is you don't really have to plot it. You just have to figure out what the coordinates are going to be. So if we're looking at number 6 here, okay, and we take t, all right, and the rule for 90 degrees counterclockwise, that rule is going to be, and this is where you want to have the rules handy, is going to be x comma y 2, and then we change it to negative y comma x. All right, negative y comma x. So if we look at t is at -3, -1. So what happens is it goes from x comma y. We move this value into the first position over here and change the sign. That we're just changing the sign. So that's where y goes to y in the first position over there, and we change the sign. That negative means we're changing the sign, so we change it to a positive. -3 moves into the second position, and we keep that coordinate the same as -3. So for t prime, it's going to be 1, -3. Now, if we move on to u is at 0, -2. So that changes. This is where with 0, all right, 0 is neither positive or negative, okay? So 0 just remains 0. So that 0 is the x coordinate, so it's going to move into the second position over here, and we just leave it as 0, okay? We don't change it. Please do not try to put positive or negative 0. 0 is neither positive or negative. So that -2 moves into the first spot, and we change the sign to 2. So for u, it's going to be 2, 0. All right, v, if we're looking for v goes from -2, -8. All right, and it changes to, so we put that y, all right, in the first spot and change the sign. So that's going to become an 8. And then that -2, the sign stays the same and just moves in the second position. So for v prime, it's going to be 8, -2. And the last one is w. All right, so w is going to be -5, -7. So what's going to happen with w is it's going to be, in the first spot is going to be that negative y value, or we just change the sign to a +7 in this case, because it goes from a -7 to a +7. Then we put that -5 in the second position, and we don't change the sign, I mean. So that's going to be 7, -5. All right, so those are our coordinates, and that's all you guys have to do on your worksheet. But again, this would be a good idea to just graph it, at least the first couple, on Desmos, and make sure you're getting the right solution. Just like I did on the notes, I graphed the first couple, and then we kind of just go through. So moving on, I want to move to maybe something, I mean, they're pretty straightforward, but maybe something that's a little bit more challenging. All right, so I think the counterclockwise ones are always a little bit challenging here. So if we're looking at number 11, 270 counterclockwise, so the rule is going to be we move from x comma y to y comma -x. All right. So for this one, actually, we're just going to finish this one up on the next video. Okay, guys.